Hey guys, and welcome out to another episode of the Pod of War Gamescast. I'm your host, UF Gizmo, joined by Xbox Live Zone, CW Lanky.
Hello.
And of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Chris Pingley.
Hello, everyone.
So before we get too into it, I'm going to say big congratulations to Alistair and Kelly on getting married. Well done, everyone. Well done. You are now taken for life. We do apologise. And this is why I'm hungover, because I was there at their wedding last night. So you're not going to hear a lot from Dave today. Good stuff. So boys, are we okay? I know we've had 2 weeks off.
Yeah. Feels like a long time.
Yeah, I know. I've missed you greatly, Craig. Chris, I can't escape, but I've missed you greatly. So we'll talk about games today. We're not going to talk about wrestling as much as Chris wants to talk about, I don't know, Nick Gage probably, because that's probably the cool thing to talk about today. Yeah, I love that deathmatch. So let's start with what we've been playing. Let's go safe. Let's start with Craig. Craigo, what have you been playing? I presume as well. No pickups as well, yeah? We'll just get that out of the way. Oh, good.
No. So in the 2 weeks, I've only actually played really one game and a little bit of another, and that's more Immortals Phoenix Rising. I'm nearly finished it now, I think. I think I'm on to the last boss, or getting into the area of the last boss. I think my save's 40 hours long. Which when you think I lost, when I lost 10 hours, suddenly it's it feels like I've been playing this game for forever. So I'm trying to just streamline towards the end at this point, because I've been doing every point on the map, and now I'm there's just so many points, Dave. There's just so many points.
So Ubisoft, you can't.
There's actually there's weirdly, I've realised now, there's more points than you actually need as well. Because you go to certain points and it'd be you go to this and you collect a health upgrade. Right, I've nearly upgraded my health fully, and there's way more points available that I could go get more. So I'm I can easily just not do all of these and just get the ones I need. So that's good, at least I don't have to run around getting every single one. So I should be done with that soon, which is good because the Game Pass indie backlog is building up. I just seem to be installing everything at the moment. They're just sitting there. I'm God. And I think there's quite a few more coming next month, which we'll get onto in a bit. So that's terrifying to think about. I'll be done with that soon. And then the only other thing I played is, I keep getting this wrong, it's the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Is it technically, are they calling it a remaster or remake? I can't remember.
Remaster.
The Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2010 remaster, because there's two Hot Pursuits, maybe even be 3 Hot Pursuits.
I will say it's definitely more of a remaster than a remake. Yeah. It's not the prettiest looking thing you will see, especially in 2021, when you have plenty of other racing games that look a lot better than this does. But it does hold its own. It is quite good fun to play. It's quite arcadey in the way you kind of drift around corners. A lot of it is just drifting and using a nitrous as most of the game, but it's quite cool because you obviously bounce between being a cop and being an actual racer. So there is a little bit of variety in that sense, that you go from kind of the hunted to the hunter or whatever, that sort of thing. But yeah, it's okay. I don't know if I actually finish it, because it does feel a bit kind of old. Like I said, it's not a full-on remake at all. No. So actually, I'll keep playing it as a secondary game, I'd imagine. We'll see how far we get. But that's it from me this week.
Yeah, it's strange, that one, because I would have thought that Most Wanted would have been the one that we're going to do following Burnout Remaster.
Wasn't that the second Most Wanted as well?
Yeah,
you mean the one that was on Wii U?
Yeah, the Most Wanted, the Criterion one, not the launch 360 one. But yeah, I mean, EA can knock those out pretty quick, right? It's just basically the PC version, with the PC resolution, and they were cool, there we go. But again, Game Pass is a great thing for Need for Speed. As I've always said on this podcast, if you're gonna Need for Speed Heat is the better game, and is on Game Pass. So if you do have the urge for a need of speed, I would go for Heat personally.
Also, that's the 2018 one, wasn't it?
That's the newest one, yeah.
Also, if obviously talking about Game Pass and EA, sure, you just play Burnout Paradise.
I don't really like Burnout Paradise. I think I've talked about this before. I liked it at the time, but I tried to play it recently, and I'm this the remaster is just an up-resed version of Burnout Paradise, and I don't think it has all the soundtrack. I think it's got it's obviously got Paradise City, but it's I feel like it's only 4 songs, and all of them are Paradise City, which is great. I love Guns N' Roses, but it does get to a point when you turn that game and you're oh, cool, it's the chorus of Paradise City again. Okay, good stuff. But yeah, But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think there's like 4 or 5 good Need for Speeds on there now. Like,
there's so many racing games on there in general.
Yeah, and obviously they're gonna have all the Codemaster stuff soon, I'd imagine. So our friend Dirt will be making another return, I'm sure.
Yeah, and F1 reviewed very well this year. I'm not really into F1, but like obviously EA, Codemasters,
yeah, I hope that comes to Game Pass because they put a couple of years out, don't they? So like 2019's on Game Pass now, which is obviously pre-EA. But yeah, they've added a story mode this year, which looks pretty cool. And obviously F1 is kind of popular this year, from what I can gather. So I think that always tends to coincide with the games being pretty good because they must get a bigger budget. And obviously there was this crazy race today, apparently. So who knows? A renamed Renault team won. Anyway, so in an even quicker section, before we get to Craig literally timing Chris for his, I haven't played a lot this last couple of weeks. I've been very busy with just life. I played a little bit more of Witcher 3, just plugging away at those side quests, which never seem to end. But I'm still enjoying it. I've knocked the difficulty right down to the bottom now because I just can't be asked for the combat at all. I've made the combat a non-issue. I don't care.
Oh, you're on Pengals mode.
I've gone full Pengals. I just want to play this game, get a story.
Normal.
I just can't be asked to like fix my armor all the time and like apply. I just want to. The story's the best bit about that game. The combat I just don't enjoy. So, but I've said I'll finish it for charity, so I will finish it for charity. There was no stipulation of me playing it difficultly, so we'll keep going with that. And the only other thing I've been playing is the Halo Infinite Tech Preview Insider thingy, which is the Flight. It's basically like an alpha / beta of like the bot tech. I think that's the tech that they're really testing this time because it's basically players versus bots. And so you're allowed to stream it, allowed to say what you want about it, so I'm not getting any trouble. It's really fun. And the best way I can describe Halo Infinite is it's the most Modern Warfare Halo, right? And that might scare some people, but it plays like Halo. It's the time to death is like Halo. The weapons feel like Halo, but it's got like Call of Duty Modern Warfare like sound design. Like it's really hard to explain, but you'll play it and you'll hear. It
sounds really good. That's one of the games like.
And you'll hear bullets like around you. You'll hear like your squad mates have all got British accents, which is hilarious. Like special weapons inbound, all this kind of stuff. It's great. It's hilarious. And then obviously you've still got the Halo announcer doing the whole Kilimanjaro stuff. So it's like it's this cool mix. And obviously for me already, it feels like the most polished gameplay of a free-to-play shooter I've ever played. Like it's up there with Apex in terms of like the polish already on the gameplay is great. Obviously it's a very early build. Like there's not a lot of stuff in there. Like there's not too much cosmetics. There's not too many maps. They keep adding stuff. The bots are pretty good. It's a good idea to have bots in these type of games. Should the player base fall out, or should you want to get like training modes and stuff? I'm fine to play against bots for now. Obviously the next flight I would imagine will be player v player because they want to test the servers. Again, it's not due till at least November, we reckon, right? Like probably December, if I'm honest.
Isn't Forza Horizon November? So.
Forza Horizon's November, so I think if it comes this year, and I think me and Chris talked about this pre-show, I think, and he agrees that I think the multiplayer may come in December and the campaign may be pushed. But like, I think the multiplayer on its own, like I think if they released the multiplayer now as early access, it'd be fine. Like it's that playable. So I think that's going to be pretty fun. I enjoyed it. Every game I've played so far, I was like, this is fun. This feels really satisfying to play. Not Doggo. And it's good. The new weapons are really satisfying. The new carbine is like really like visceral. They're like, what's the like spike gun, Chris? I can't remember what it's called. Like the striker, something like that. It's like
something like that. I know which one you're on about.
Spike gun, which is really satisfying to knock off. The like armor powers, for want of a better phrase, they're really cool. They work a lot better because you don't. So like the camo, you actually press a button. You don't have to like have it as soon as you go over it. And like,
the grappling hook is neat as well.
Yeah, grappling hook works really well. It's really tactical. And yeah, I think I've got... So we've had a lot of concerns on this show about Halo. The multiplayer I am now not concerned about. And they've shown the battle passes in this build. It's your standard cosmetic-only battle pass. No worries, no drama with that.
I don't know if any of that. I think I'm on to... Because obviously they give you 3,000 points. Like... to spend, and you can't obviously buy any more points than that because obviously the thing. So you could just buy a fancy armor set for 1,000 points if you one day are in their battle pass. And I just did the options where you can like go up to a level and stuff. So I'm like, I think I'm like level 18 or something like that. But obviously using the skip thing and a bit of leveling up and that. But yeah, the cosmetics seem cool and stuff. Like I got this like red and blue armor. So like my main body's red, and then like my arms are blue, and so is my helmet, which is neat. And even though you're playing 4 versus 4, like red versus blue, the other team won't be all blue. There's be multicolored armor, and they have like an outline and stuff of them. So when you're collecting, getting your cool armors and your cool colors, you still be able to show that off, and that seems neat. Neat weapons, like decent. Like I said, the pistol, it's not like Halo 1 pistol, like one shot on the head you're dead, but it does feel like you're saying the sound design of it is like feels like there's impact there from it. It's just been like really fun. And with the bot thing, obviously the doing stuff, it also makes sense. Like you say, Mo's drops off because I've played go back to an old shooter. Let's say we played Titanfall 2 today. Everyone has been playing team deathmatch or something, and all the other modes have like 4 people in and no one. So if there's no one's playing King of the Hill on Halo, if they can fill it with bots and stuff like that, so all the modes are active and stuff like that. When the game comes out, if people aren't doing all those sort of things, that keeps it active as well. And obviously being going to be a free to play game, it's shaping up well from this flight.
Yeah, and it's important to say, as when Chris says it's like an outline, it's a very obvious. You're not going to mistake the opposition for you, which is good.
I did in the first game. I was like, why is everyone like different? And then I was like, okay. And it's like,
but I mean, not everyone's as experienced at playing video games as you, Chris. So it's what's this? What's this blue thing killing me in PUBG? What's this? We all remember, Chris. Yeah. But it's a very interesting start. Obviously, I don't think you've played any, Craig, have you? Sadly.
No, I tend to stay away from demos and alphas.
And betas. You are the best of us, so it's understandable. You
my hype build.
You will enjoy this game from what it is at the moment. Obviously, for me, and especially all 3 of us, probably the campaign is the thing we look forward to the most because it's Halo. But the multiplayer ticks the box for me. It's very interesting to me to see how Battlefield and Call of Duty do this year. I think this is it's a bit of a crazy year for the 3 big shooters, because I don't see Call of Duty like really doing anything much at the minute, and it's World War II is the rumor. I know nothing's confirmed. Is a bit of an interesting push. Battlefield, it's just whether it's worth the money. That's going to be its big problem, I think, because I think the game looks really good, and I think I have a code to play the beta, so when that eventually comes out, I will play that and give my thoughts on that as well. But if you like first-person shooters, this is the year, especially on Xbox. And I know that's the stereotype, but fuck it. Xbox is the best, Craig. Am I right, baby? So, here's the bit everyone's been waiting for before we get into the topic of the show. Craig, have you got the timer?
I have the timer ready. It's 10 minutes strict. If we have to boot Chris on 10 minutes, we boot Chris on 10 minutes.
Yeah, we have had feedback for a few episodes of Chris's 25 plus minute rambles, and we simply cannot allow that for the algorithm. So, without further ado, you're on the clock, Chris. What have you been buying these last 2 weeks?
Okay, first game, gonna play Skyward Sword. I've done the first dungeon now. That's all I've done in it. It's Skyward Sword. We all know what it is. Bam.
I will pause you to ask a quick question here.
Yeah.
Last time we did this, you were basically saying this is awful, but you weren't allowed to say it because it's Zelda. Is it still awful?
No, because the game itself is fine. It's the controls that are awful.
But I would say the controls are a big part of it.
They are part of the game, that's...
Yeah, they are, but then there's other games where the controls are purposely bad and are fantastic, so we will move on for that.
Wait a minute, let me rephrase that then. Are the controls holding you back? Are they making you want to play this less?
Yeah, a bit.
Okay, yeah, so they are. All right, you're back on the clock.
Okay, next game is Chris Tells came to Game Pass.
Did you write this game? Is it about you?
No.
Okay, Carol.
Okay, it came to Game Pass. It's a JRPG by Columbian Studio, and it's not very good. I played to the second city, and it's not very good. It's got some neat ideas where you use time mechanics where past, present, and future, so you can plant a poison plant in the past and then bring it to the present, and it's fully grown, and then obviously it does a poison attack. Then we can do it, do it in the present and then send it to the future, and then it does all its damage in one go because all the attacks happen. So it does some neat things with its combat system and mechanics. Just everything is just not very polished and not very good. It's on Game Pass, tried it. There was no harm in trying it. But there's other JRPGs out there worth playing.
I was going to give this a go, but apparently it is very grindy and quite confusing as well. So I was like,
yeah,
skip this.
Like even like we just go, let's say like Game Pass, like you could be playing Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is a JRPG. We could be playing Dragon Quest. Is it 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two examples right there you could be playing. And if you like Switch, where it seems like it's like the weird lead platform for this game, it's like 35 quid. You could actually get something much better. For that might be also its detriment that's on like so many systems for a small indie studio. It might be better just like release it for Switch first, get it really polished, and then release it in Xbox in like 3 months' time. And
didn't everyone say the Switch version's awful? So maybe not.
Yeah, but it, like I said, I'm using it because it seems to be the lead platform. It's the one like I could have got a review code for this on Switch, but I just waited because obviously it was on Xbox with Game Pass. But that's what saying is like a small indie studio released it sort of on like 9 SKUs. If they waited on just 1 or 2, maybe they could have polished it a bit better and released it a couple of months' time on something else. Next is also a Game Pass game, and that's Last Stop, developed by Variable State, published by Annapurna. Variable State's game before this with Virginia, which I quite liked a lot. So I was looking forward to this one. We've seen it in a couple presentations, showcases, and stuff like that. It's set in London, so there's like a diverse cast of that. It's like British sci-fi, so think Doctor Who sort of style, maybe a bit of I was going to say Guardians of the Galaxy, but I mean Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That sort of sci-fi vibes. It's just the story itself is just fine. It's like games in this genre, like we talked about last time. You were playing Tell Me Why, Dave. That's same genre of this.
As in that's bad.
That is much. To me, that's a much better game than this. It's on Game Pass.
Tell Me Why it's better than the Last
Stop. Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah. In my opinion. So it's on Game Pass. Played it. Obviously, just done it once. I got like 800 game scores. Easy 1000G if you want to do that, or platinum if you're playing on PlayStation. But I would have been annoyed if I paid 20 quid for this on Switch or PlayStation or even on Xbox if it wasn't in Game Pass, which I might have done because I did like, obviously, Virginia. So that's the thing. Okay. Then I played last weekend. We had a free weekend on do this often on Xbox, do it on PlayStation as well. They even do it on Stadia. I think it's Avengers at the moment at Stadia. Tokyo Olympics was free last weekend, so I give that a play. It's actually quite fun, quite a fun arcade sports title. The problem really, it's most probably better on like a Switch or something, where you're going to be playing like maybe local multiplayer, like some Mario Kart or some Smash Bros. Or like a Mario Tennis or Mario Golf. This mixed into that would be fun, where you're doing all the different types of sports and stuff like that. And because there's no sort of like Mario Golf I played a few weeks ago that has obviously like a campaign. This doesn't have any of that sort of stuff. It's just, all right, here's your list of your 20 events. All right, I'm going to play football now. All right, let's play football, and I'm going to play some rugby. All right, now I'm going to do some swimming. And that I played a bit of multiplayer, but everyone just seemed to want to do like the 100 meters. I don't know why, but that's the only thing people would think.
Chris, that's why.
Yeah, that's the thing people seem to be picking. And then no one seemed to be wanting to pick any other one, because I would have been up for some multiplayer online rugby sevens, but it didn't happen. But yeah, it was good for what it was. Next one, I got a review code for this one, and I haven't played as much of it as I wanted, because I'm playing, like, obviously there's a lot of stuff came to Game Pass, like I said, last stop, and I already got Crystals. And they even play some Flight Simulator as well, which is very polished and a weird game. Because once you're up in the sky, as it is, I did find it a bit boring, but it was fun taking your plane off and, landing your plane and all that. If they could use some like tech on like a Forza or something like that, that'd be pretty cool. But the game I got mainly talk about is Samurai Warriors 5. So I got code for this. Done the first chapter of it. It's a Muso game. You know what they're gonna be. It is fun running around.
Please just put that as your review, Chris.
It's a Muso game.
It's another one for Chris's not played Muso list. It gets bigger every month.
It's obviously it's all in Japanese. Even the English version it's got obviously English subtitles and stuff like.
Does it not have any English voice acting?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
So if you're unhappy at that, but yeah, what I've played so far is fun. Getting the different weapons, the different characters, and lots of character called No. She has like a bow and arrow instead of a sword, so she plays very different to the main character. It's pretty good. The only reason I didn't really play more is because obviously I was playing Halo Infinite like Dave, which obviously is only on this weekend, so I couldn't really play much more. And my pickup, and that is Great Ace Attorney for the Switch. This is a American version. I got an import because I wasn't paying 35 quid for a digital Switch game, so I bought a import of it. Done the first case of the first game, so it's Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So it's the two games remastered for the Switch in a compilation, because the first two were only on 3DS and only in Japan, so this is the first time they've come out in English. The first two, so I'm playing obviously the first game. First case is a visual novel basically, where you are an ace attorney basically.
A great one.
Yes, a great one in this case, because it's like sort of a prequel, because it's set in Victorian London. Well, actually, the first case is still in Japan, and then you're going to go to Victorian London. So,
spoilers.
It was a bit slow to start with, but the last sort of like bits of the first case, like sort of like the tension ramped up and stuff like that. Better than I thought it was going to be from the first thing.
How bad do you think it's going to be?
Well, not bad, because a lot of people was like, it's a great. People really like this series, and I like visual novels.
People do, yeah.
So people were like, this is like definitely a mass game. You like visual novels? This is a very good one. And then, like I said, it started off really slow, and I was like, maybe people were wrong on this. Maybe Nintendo fans are just being Nintendo fans and sort of thing. But no, the end of it was getting pretty good. So I do want to continue that. So at the moment, the two games I'm playing are both set in Japan. So you either got Sengoku area of Samurai Warriors 5, or you've got, well, now Victorian London, because you've now gone to London from Japan.
The well-known part of Japan, London.
Well, yeah, because it's the Edo. Is it the Edo period or something like that? I'm not sure. Whatever period it is.
You're really not asking the right people, Chris.
This is your 60-second warning as well, Penguin.
Yeah, so that was my only pickup, and that's it.
Look at that, very concise. Wow. I'm very impressed.
9 minutes, 8 seconds. Well done, Chris.
So to summarise, you've got a code for a game you're probably not going to finish. You've imported a game you're almost certainly not going to finish, and you played Halo.
I played Last Stop.
A bad Zelda game.
And a game that's somehow worse than Tell Me Why. Did you not play or buy Death's Door, Chris? I'm pretty sure I've seen you play Death's Door.
No, not played Death's Door.
Sure?
Yeah.
100%?
Yeah.
Don't trust you. Don't trust you at all.
No.
But I trust you so little, I'm going to check.
I don't think I've seen him playing Death's Door.
Anyway, while I'm doing this, Craig, can you explain to everyone what the topic of the show is?
So it is the old classic, we can't think of anything better. It's the start of the month, so that means it is the August, what's coming out this month list, and what are we excited for, which could be interesting, because I've not actually heard of quite a lot of this. So normal rules apply, Chris. When I miss something, inevitably, that you
I've got a list. I've got the list of the Penguin obviously excited list.
Okay. So I'm just going straight down from the Game Informer one.
See, I'm wrong, but I feel like I did see it. Maybe I dreamt it. Anyway, carry on.
I imagine you often dream about Chris Pingelli.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so let's make a start. I actually don't even know where to start this, because this list is so weird this month. Coming to on August 5th. This was an Xbox exclusive at launch. I think Chris he definitely bought this. I don't know if he played it. And that was the Falconeer. Chris is coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and the Switch. If you want to play that on your Switch, Chris.
If you want to play that at 30 frames a second.
Mm-hmm.
What was the Chris Mingelli review of this?
I never played it.
Let's all collectively be shocked at once.
Yeah. It is
when you say never played it, you not even.
Well, I think I put it in the disc and did the tutorial. So
is that sold now? Then I guess
yeah. Well, I sold it when it came to Game Pass. So,
but you could get it on your Switch now. Not now, on August the 5th for your year of the Switch, if you so desired.
No, that's a pass.
The next one, August 10th. We're jumping forward a little bit here. Coming to PlayStation 4. This was a PlayStation 5 exclusive. It no longer is, and that's Godfall. Chris Mingelli, what was your review of Godfall?
I cannot tell you because I could not even install the disc. So
So imagine that, but with a slower SSD and less power.
I mean, that was probably from the videos of Godfall that I've seen. That was probably a blessing in disguise. I'm going to imagine there, Chris, because it did not look good. Let's be honest. I think me and Dave told you countless times not to buy that, but there's no stop.
I'm going to stop you, Craig, early on because you've missed out Castle of Pixel Skulls DX, which is coming on the 4th.
There's a couple on the list on my list.
$3.99, which is obviously a Chris game. We've also got Bundle Epopea Puzzle Games. That's coming on the 6th. Yeah. Chris, it's another Chris easy 1,000 points.
Yeah,
none of these so low budget. They're not even on the Game Informer list.
In, which has got 2 I's and an N. Is a £3 puzzle game. Looks like easy achievements. And before we get to we've got this is called Armed Emeth, which is a £12 game
for someone.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to keep doing this, but the Xbox coming soon is starting to look like the Switch. It is full of, and you can quote this, put it on all the box arts, full of wank. These are some games full of wank. Anyway, Craig, as you were.
Also on August 10th, and this is one that I know that our long-time listener, Dan Edgerton, is incredibly excited for. And I didn't realise this, but this looks like it's an Xbox and PC exclusive. And I think this is also straight to Game Pass, and that is Lawn Mowing Simulator. Boys, I don't know, have any of you seen this?
Yes, because Gary Witter talked about it.
Yeah,
I've seen it briefly. Yeah, it's definitely an Xbox console exclusive. I don't know if it's on Game Pass, but yeah.
Dan's eyes when he talks about this game light up. He's excited, and I'm excited for him at this point. I really am.
So you're telling me the PlayStation has nothing else coming out this year, but we get a grade A title like Lawnmower Simulator?
What more do you need? Console wars over. Twitter dead.
I'm gonna just throw my PS5 in the bin.
Out the window, I go for.
No, I can't drop that low. So a kid below it, fucking gone, mate. Jesus Christ! I can't get out the window. I've got bay window.
Damage the pavement.
Right, jumping forward to August 13th, and this is coming to. I'm guessing everything, because I think this was just on PC and Switch, and that is Hades is coming to Xbox, PlayStation. Doesn't say Stadia. Shame.
It's coming to Game Pass, baby.
It's coming to Game Pass, yes.
That's the big one, yeah. It's coming to Game Pass. I'm sure Chris has put this in and played it for 5 minutes. Are you guys going to play this? Are you excited for this?
I'm very much hoping, I guess I'm going to be able to transfer my save over from the Switch.
A 5-minute save, Penka. It's not worth it.
No, it's longer than that.
It was 10 minutes, to be fair.
No, I think it's 2 or 3 hours save. Yeah, if I can transfer my save over, I'd be pretty pleased with that.
So Amanda's played this on her Switch Lite, and she loves it. Obviously, I'm not gonna play a Switch Lite because I'm not gay. So okay, and Pete has played like 200 hours of this on Switch. So, and even Damon likes it. So if all 3 of those people in my life like this game, it's probably worth me at least giving it a go. And with Game Pass, I will give it a go.
It'd be interesting to see, because I don't think any of us are really into like roguelike games, are we? No. But could,
it's supposed to be the best one, right? So
yeah, if you're gonna try a roguelike, this be like the one.
So the August 13th episode could be Hades heavy for us.
Huge, or it won't be at all because we haven't played
it. Coming out on August 17th. This is one that I know Chris Bengelli has on the Fantasy Critic, and that is Humankind for PC. Cannot imagine any of us are going to actually play this.
Nah.
But it'll be interesting to see how that scores for Chris's Fantasy Critic.
If it isn't delayed again.
It has been delayed a lot, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah. I think it had a beta not long ago.
It had a alpha, I think, on Stadia. Right?
Yeah, something like that.
But coming on the same day, a little bit more exciting, especially for you guys as you're massive Marvel's Avengers fans. That is the War for Wakanda DLC coming to everything, even the Stadia. Apparently, even the Stadia gets the DLC for Marvel's Avengers. Is this going to make you two jump back in?
No, it's not.
Most probably not.
Don't care.
Don't care.
You two are loving this game. You've given up on it. It's gone.
It's just so boring. It's like
I did the campaign. I started the Hawkeye one, and
it's the most aggressively okay game that I've seen in a while. Like, it's not bad at all. Like, it's not bad. It's just so boring. It's just like, cool. Hit a robot for a bit. Nice. I hit a robot, but now I'm Iron Man. Nice. But yeah, anyway, get ready for this scrub crap, Craig. I believe there's another game coming out on the 17th that we really care about.
Is there?
Let me consult my notes. 1 moment.
Is there?
I haven't got another game. Well, I have got another game coming on the 17th.
Greek
but it won't
Memories of Azure is on the 17th.
That is on my list.
Oh,
that is on my list. Yeah, that looks pretty.
No, there is of course, Craig.
Nice.
Let's not talk about crap. Let's talk about EA's Madden NFL 22 MVP edition that comes out on the 17th for just a low £81. You can play this year's NFL Madden game. So, I know Craig's a big Atlanta Falcon fan, so he's going to be getting that day one. Pengels is obviously, he was a Patriots fan, but now he's a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan because they won last year and they've got Tom Brady.
Tom Brady and Big Rob Gronkowski.
Exactly.
Easily said for you, Chris.
Yeah, easily said. So yeah, obviously being a Jets fan, I won't buy it because we're crap every year. So yeah, NFL. Enough of this slander, Craig.
Go back to Greek Memories of Azure because I'm interested now.
This one I seen a trailer not that long ago for it, and I quite like the art style of it from the trailer. I like the look of it. I like the art style. It looks like it's like a little Metroidvania platform thing where you control 3 little characters. It isn't co-op, but you control like 3 characters. And that it looked interesting.
It looks like it's coming out on everything as well.
Yeah, it's coming out on everything, but the physicals are just
not
PS5.
The Stadia.
The physicals are PS5, Series X, and Switch.
Okay.
Yeah.
No physical Series S edition is what you're saying.
No Series X, Xbox One. That's what I'm saying. There's no Xbox One physical, which is unusual.
That's a damn shame.
It's unusual to have a Series X only disc. Yeah.
Sure. Moving on though. August 19th.
Gonna have to stop you again, Craig. August 17th. Rims Racing. Japanese motorbikes. Apparently £55 on the Series X. Who even writes this list at Game Informer? What are you even doing? What are you doing?
It's not even on it.
That has got like 7 different versions because it's an Xbox One and a Series. If you want the Series version, you have to buy that one. And then that has 3 versions.
Chris, I'm going to stop you right now. Do you know what's really fucking annoying? Okay, whoever runs this shit Xbox listens to this fucking podcast. So we got these games in a row, right? So the game is spelled Rims, capital R, lowercase I, capital M, capital S.
That's just correct.
Stop you right there, Chris.
Logo.
I go right once, all lowercase. No. I go right one more time, all uppercase. Who fucking runs this shit? You know what I mean? Jesus Christ! But yeah, Rims comes out in on the 17th. Craig, let's have no more mistakes.
How much was that one? Sorry, Dave.
That is for about my glasses on. I see a version here for $54.24. That is the RRP, so that is just translated from $60. They have not even bothered. So yeah, it's going to be a big hit.
Yeah.
There's 3 versions that are the same price depending on which manufacturer you want, Japanese or European.
Yeah. Right, I looked at that. There's a standard Xbox One version, a standard Series version, a Japanese bike version for Xbox One, a Japanese bike version for Series, a European bike version for Xbox One, a European bike version for Series, a complete edition for Xbox One, and a complete edition for Series.
And
Think how many different completions you could get.
And what's even better, Craig? So if you were going to generalize that, right, what genre would you put that under?
It sounds like a motorbike racing game.
It's racing and flying, apparently. So I'm looking forward to these flying bikes. So I'm hoping that's a pre-order bonus. But right, yeah. Anyway, 19th of August, Craig. Let me know what's going on.
I've lost the plot now. Actually, Game Informer are saying that comes out on the 19th.
That's the standard edition, Chris. As you will get to on the 20th for Madden. We'll carry on.
Back to the 19th, anyway. Coming to Xbox and PC, and straight to Game Pass is 12 minutes from Annapurna.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is indie fodder for you, Dave. This is everything you hate in the world. But Chris Pingelli, are you excited for 12 minutes?
I'm very excited. Like, Annapurna just had the showcase, and they didn't even show this, and it's like, this is mostly maybe going to be their biggest game of the year. I don't really know how you quantify that for Annapurna. I was thinking maybe the cast, but then Awful Escapes cast is mostly just as good. But yeah, very excited for this, and straight to Game Pass.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because you say it's got the big voice cast, but
that also could be a detriment to it, because everyone's like, oh, this Annapurna game with this voice cast, and like, oh, it's going to be really good, and then it turns out to be Beyond Two Souls.
Because they had that Marquette as well, didn't they, earlier in the year, which had a good voice cast. Obviously, not quite as good as quite as big name as
Alice Howard in that, and her husband. So,
and I've not heard a single person talk about that game at all. Anyway, so we'll see. Hopefully, it's considerably better than that. And then we skip past Rims Racing, as Dave's spoke about that before.
Covered.
On August 20th, we have some DLC coming out, and that is the Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. Obviously, Chris, you don't have a PlayStation, as you like to remind us. Dave, you do.
I do.
Will you be upgrading? I don't know if that's a thing you can do. Or...
Oh, well, I'll talk you through it, Craig. So obviously, for I believe £24, or I might be wrong, it might be like £15.
That is correct. I believe it's £24.
You can get the Director's Cut DLC for your PS4 version. Then it's a further £10 if you want to make that.
No, you got it.
That's the other game, is it?
No, it's £10 from PS4 to PS4, I believe, and it's £24 from PS4 to PS5. And if you pay £10 for your PS4 to PS5, you got to pay your £15 extra on top.
Either way, it's at least £30, I think, to upgrade it fully to PS5 Director's Cut.
Yeah, if you want it from PS4 to PS5, you're looking £25, I think.
So I have my Ghost of Tsushima disc from last gen.
Hang on, let's play a game, Craig. Hang on.
I want to put this into my PS5 in the disc tray, and I want to play this. I want to play the PS5 version.
Yeah.
How much am I paying? What?
As far as I'm aware, it's £25.
I believe you are wrong. I don't
know.
Even 25 quid.
Twitter was,
so if you've got
Twitter
this,
was kicking off about it.
You got this, baby. You got this, baby. You put this in your PS5, you will get the PS4 version, right?
Which has been upgraded as well.
Which is 60 frames or whatever. You want to play the Director's Cut? That bad boy is going to cost you £25. Okay.
See, I don't
you
think
want to play that bad boy on PS5 with an extra 4K shitty mode? That's an extra tenner. And they both got separate lists as well for trophies, so you can't even enjoy your life. Basically, it's confusing because it's different. But
if you transfer your save from the PS4 to the PS5, you will unlock the trophies that you've already got.
But you will not be able to continue your trophies on the PS4 unless you were to replay the PS4 section. So if you were, to example, have played 10 minutes of the game and then you wanted to play it on PS5, you'd have a whole new list, thus lowering your completion percentage and annoying you tremendously, like all of the games that you do if you buy on PS4 and then try and play them on PS5. So, yeah. Whereas I believe, Craig, stop your ear pengles. I believe, Craig.
With this, you only have one.
Yeah, that's unless I accidentally press the X button and it loads up. You know, that was. And it won't anyway. So I believe if you put an Xbox game in that's on Xbox Series X, it's just the same list and it just does it for you, right? I just think it's no payment. unless you're like a sports game that charge you for it. Pretty sure that's.
I guess the important question is here, Dave.
No. If I'm gonna play Ghost of Tsushima, I will just play the fucking PS4 version I've got. I'll finish that, then I'll play the director's cut, and I won't spend the extra £10 or £25 to make it 4K because I don't have a 4K TV. So there you go.
You will not have your DualSense,
and I won't be able to play it with Japanese audio that's lip synced. I'll have to just play it with English audio that I like and prefer. So okay. I just wish it was. I wouldn't even mind, right? Okay, all memes aside, I wouldn't mind if it was the same with every game, but every game is different. I think Death Stranding is like the nicest of all of them. Death Stranding is like, it's just like a tenner, it's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's £10. That's it.
Even it's too much, but at least it's simple. Like Final Fantasy, you can upgrade it, but you can't play the DLC, and you can't use the PS Plus version.
Yeah, the Square is saying you have to have bought the game.
I would ask you the hypothetical question, Chris, but I know they could charge £60 and you would still do the.
If you want to, by the way, Craig, if you just want to buy the PS5 version of the game, that will cost you £70. If you just want a digital copy of the PS4 version, they've actually delisted the standard edition of the game. You can only get the director's cut now. You can't actually get the deluxe edition.
They did the same with Spider-Man when they did the Game of the Year edition. They delisted the regular version of it, and Xbox is doing the same. You can only really get is it the Gear 5 Game of the Year edition now? If you were to buy it.
Crucially, though, that's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on, because this is a level of silliness that only PlayStation can provide for us nowadays. On August 24th, I don't know if this is the game that I think it is, but Aliens Fireteam Elite. Is this the Left 4 Dead game?
Yes.
It's actually coming out finally. I feel like we've been seeing this for a while. Does anyone have any hope for this? Because I don't have any.
Not really, especially that it's £35.
I have.
Yeah, this looked ropey.
Beta for it. It looks like a 360 game. And it would be okay in a year there wasn't 20,000 different Left 4 Dead games.
Well, most of them have been delayed, so
a lot of them have, but there's still plenty coming out, and it's weird. I think the problem with Aliens, I think Aliens Colonial Marines has like seriously damaged anything that looks remotely shootery with Aliens, because at least Isolation is like clearly a horror game, but this doesn't look. The problem, it doesn't look special at all. Like the £35. Compared to the deluxe edition, that gets you like passes and stuff, reeks horribly of Evolve, to be honest. But that game is going to die and no one's going to care.
Yeah, very quickly. Coming out on the same day though, this is a Switch and PC exclusive, which could be part of the year of the Switch, and it is Hoa.
I believe that is actually wrong. It's also coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series. If you go on their website, it's coming. Yeah, if you go on their website, it's coming to all of it. So unless it's coming to Switch first and then them later, but it is listed all of them because it's on my list. And
is this the 2D sort of platformer in the woods? Looks very indie. Yes. I remember seeing a video about this ages ago. I thought it looked quite good, but at the time I thought it was just Switch as well. So it's quite exciting. That it's coming.
Like I said, unless it's Switch and PC, then 2 months' time it's coming to Xbox and that. But all the consoles are listed on their website.
Are you excited for this, Chris? It seems like potentially a Chris game.
Yes, it does. Does look pretty good.
Is it made in like Vietnam or something like that?
Yeah, it's something like that. Was one of those like it's mainly like a team of like 3 people in somewhere like Vietnam or something like that.
Obviously, no interest for Dave because this is indie fodder. Moving on to, we'll skip over a few here. We'll go to August 25th.
You've missed out on King's Bounty 2. What's going on here?
I saw that. I skipped it.
King's Bounty 2, the sequel to King's Bounty 1, is a strategy turn-based like medieval game from our friends at Koch Media. Looks alright. For some reason, the Lord's Edition is £5 more than the Standard Edition on Xbox. Don't really know why. Because £5 is such a negligible amount of money. You might as well just get that, hadn't you? Instead of charging £5 less. But it looks okay.
No one's going to be buying that, I'm guessing, out of the 3 of us.
Chris will probably get a code. He's got friends at Koch, so...
Don't think I have.
You're very popular with Koch.
Yeah, I have got friends at Cock.
What you're saying is you get on really well with Cock. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Could you tell I've been drinking in the last 25 minutes? Anyway, Craig, tell us about Psychonauts. That's what we were hear.
That's what we were going on to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Psychonauts 2. This. Oh no, it does say PlayStation. Sorry, yeah, PlayStation. Weirdly, on the Game Informer list, it only has PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. But there is a series edition coming, I believe.
Yes.
But there is not a PlayStation 5 edition coming.
That is correct, because they are honouring the contract, and obviously at the time was PS4.
So they're doing the bare minimum. I like that shithousery.
PS5 wasn't part of the Kickstarter thing.
Doesn't the PS4 version run worse or something as well?
No, I see. Runs the PS4 Pro version runs worse than the Series S, but the Series S is a next gen system, so
you're damn right it is.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised that the next gen system runs better than the last gen system.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
but we're all going to be playing this, I'd imagine, on Game Pass Day One. Obviously, this seems to be previewing really well as well. A lot of people on podcasts hyping this up.
The first game was great. The first game reviewed really well as well. Just no one bought it. So the fact that you don't have to buy it is probably the saving grace, if I'm honest. But I'm expecting a big Psychonauts episode at the end of the month. I'll be very disappointed if that is not the case.
Yeah.
Pengles.
Matey Boy was on the Kind of Funny Xcast as well, wasn't it?
Tim Schafer. One of my favorite developers. He's a crazy.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
He's just Jack Black, isn't he? Like, him and Jack Black might as well be brothers.
Yeah.
And Jack Black is in Psychonauts 2, so.
Yeah.
Very exciting. We have another one for the year of the Switch. I have no idea what this is, so I'm hoping Chris Mangeli knows. On the 26th, Proto Corgi.
I don't even know what that is. I'm
disappointed. It's the year of the Switch.
Right.
You're a joke. You're an absolute joke.
I don't even know what it is. It's not on my list. How have Game Informer got that on the list yet? Missed stuff I have on my list.
It's a shambles, Chris. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I'll give you a second chance.
Yeah.
I've teed you up one and you've missed. On the 27th, year of the Switch, No More Heroes 3.
Yes, from Suda51.
Hit us, Chris.
It looks like No More Heroes, which is a good thing because it's No More Heroes and it's from Suda51.
Dave doesn't look convinced, Chris.
So that's a good thing. The problem is it also looks like No More Heroes, so it looks like from the last trailer we did, a bit like a Wii game still, but with like slightly better visuals. The problem is, some people were saying this is also on purpose because it's Suda51. So who knows?
It's one of those game series, Craig, that comes around from Japan every couple of generations, where at the time you go, oh, it's alright, it's a Wii game, so it's okay. And then they put it on like 360, and they're like, yeah, it's not quite as good as the Wii version because the novelty of it being shaking your Wii to power up your sword is gone. And then time sort of happens, and then the game looks exactly the same. It's like if Devil May Cry was designed by like a weird, petulant child. Right? That's basically what the game is. Am I wrong? I'm not really wrong, am I? That's pretty fair. Yeah, I think it's another one of those games, like all joking aside, on another platform from someone that isn't like known for being kooky wouldn't be a game. It would be one of those games that we read out jokingly. It's like £8, and I don't think it's going to review well. I think it will run badly because.
But the last trailer looked like it ran badly. But
what was the last game he released?
Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes.
Yeah,
which was bad.
Awful.
I didn't even play that, but I hear it's bad.
I would love to be wrong for the sheer sake of, it doesn't happen very often. So, but yeah, not for me, not for Craig. Chris will buy it and he'll sell it.
Yeah, I've got it pre-ordered. It's No More Heroes. It's No More Heroes 3.
Have you
it's
finished
from
No More Heroes 1 and 2, Chris?
I finished 1, not the second one.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
I look forward to the review of that one, Chris. I'm sure it's going to be the same as the Skyward Sword review. It's a great game, but awful. And then ending, I believe, I can't see anything else that we would want to talk about. On the 31st, we have The Big Con, which is an Xbox exclusive. I don't know if this is
I haven't got that one. I haven't got that one.
No, I don't know much about this.
That's the one that's set in like 1995, where you got to save your rental store or something like that.
Yeah,
and it's got like a weird. it's got a. I'm trying to think which cartoon it's using the anime, the art style of. It's using art style of a '90s cartoon, but I can't think which one it is.
I've seen a couple of trailers for this. The last one I saw looked particularly bad, so I don't know if this is coming Game Pass or not. But
I think it is coming to Game Pass.
I think it needs to, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I can't see many people rushing out to buy that. That is it from my list.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Hit me with all the
No,
stuff that I
no,
missed, boys.
No.
So luckily for you boys, I'm here. So
and
first of all, on the 31st of August, we've got Kiwi Early Bird Pack, which is the weird game where you're a Kiwi doing like delivery stuff.
yeah,
That is on this list. I skipped over it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's getting physical release on everything, Craig. That's a big game.
It's huge, Greg. Also, that month we've got Song of Iron, which is a side-scrolling platformer that looks alright.
Which I think might be going to Game Pass. So
It's an Xbox exclusive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
No,
not
time
coming. It's
exclusive.
not coming to Game Pass as of the Xbox Store right now, but who knows?
Yeah.
And of course, Craig, with more pre-order shenanigans, you can get World Rally Championship 10 Deluxe pre-order Xbox One and Xbox Series Edition for just a low price of £60.29, down from its RRP of £66.99.
That's one for Dan again.
That's one for Dan. I mean, I bought 9 for like £7 not that long ago. Which
I'm sure this
looked,
would be £7.
which
in about
looked
3 weeks.
identical to 8. So, and this from the trailer, if you told me this was 6, I'd believe you. To be honest with you. So yeah, but it is coming out at an extortionate price. You could just wait like 3 days and get it for £50. So that's fine. You also missed Space Station Sprint coming out on the 27th for £8.39, which I can only describe as Doom if it were made by a student project. So yeah, video games, eh? So is there anything?
Chris, tell me what
Yes.
else I missed.
All right, tell me
Right,
the
okay,
Radley
so-
games, Chris. Come on.
So you missed on the 5th. You missed Dreamscaper, which is coming to Switch and PC first. This one in when you're not dreaming, it's like a real life. You know you got to do real life things like put the kettle on and stuff, and it's more like a walking sim type deal thing. And then when you
kettles on.
no, you know, like you just got to go back about your everyday life. You know, I want lunch now or whatever. But then when you dream, it turns into like an action hack and slash game.
What's this coming out on, Chris?
Switch and PC.
Year of the Switch.
It is the year of the Switch, so that's coming. You also got Dodgeball Academia, which is coming to everything, I believe, which is a dodgeball game. It looks a little bit like Windjammers, which is also dodgeball-ish. That sort of like art style. And it's got like a story mode and stuff like that. Looks like it could be good.
It looks like it's putting Dave to sleep here. I don't know.
Oh, I'm just teeing up the next thing I've got to discuss with you.
Then you got Haven Park, which is a Switch exclusive, which looks a bit like a short hike. And they said they took inspiration from that. And can't remember the other game they said they was inspired by, but it looks similar to Short Hike, and Short Hike was good. So
You're comparing it to a game that I don't think me and Dave even heard of it. What's a short hike?
a short hike literally was a short hike. You start at the bottom of the mountain, you walk at the top of the mountain, and you talk to other characters on your way, and they're all anthropomorphic characters. It's basically like a bit like that, but maybe a bit expanded. Anyway, on the 9th, I Am Dead is getting ported to Xbox and PlayStation from the Switch, which was in the Annapurna showcase. So I don't know if it's coming to Game Pass, because a few things they did show was coming to Game Pass. I've not played this. I can't remember who. Someone played it on Switch and they weren't very impressed by it. So if it comes to Game Pass on Xbox, then I'll give it a go. Then you got also on the 10th, you got Black Book, which looks quite interesting. That's also like on everything. Looks like an action adventure sort of game.
It's a card role-playing game, Chris. There you go.
Yeah. You missed on the 10th, Shadowverse Champions Battle with JRPG. Remember I played the demo of this?
Do you remember that, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. they got Foreclosed on the 13th, which at one point I thought was a Stadia exclusive, but it's not. It's on everything. So that's really good for the game. So people might play it.
Wow.
Some of these are on the Game Informer list, to be fair. I just skipped over them because I thought none of us would have any interest.
Yeah,
so.
That's a first-person shooter. It looked good from the trailer. Like when I saw the trailer and it was on the Stadia YouTube channel, it looked actually quite good, and I got like £7 of Google credit. So I thought, wow, this actually looks quite good. If it's like 15 quid or something, I got 7 quid credit, but it's actually coming to everything. So if I were to play it, I would play it.
Going back to A Short Hike, that's got an 88 on OpenCritic.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a Switch exclusive on. Well, it's also on PC. It's really.
Why didn't you get the whatever game that we were talking about on Fantasy Critic? I can't even remember what it was called.
Haven Park. It literally was just announced, and it's coming out like right away.
I see.
Okay, yeah. Also on the 13th is Tormented Souls, which looks like a classic survival horror game. So if it's good, because a lot of these classic survival horror games now turn out to be pretty bad. But if it's a good one, that is exciting, because I like my survival horror games a certain way. That's basically not Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake, but more like the medium. If it's more like that, then I could be tempted by that one. Then on the 16th, Road 96, which is a Switch exclusive. Getting this physical in like October, so I may wait for that. This looks very Life is Strangey, so I'm really excited for that, because I like Life is Strange. So if it's anything like that, I will be happy about that. And the only other one you missed I can think of that took my interest, Baldo, finally got a date for the 27th, which is like a Studio Ghibli Zelda-like thing. And that looks really good. Basically,
Baldo the Guardian Owls. Is that what it was? It's coming to iOS as well, apparently.
But so basically,
imagine a good sign.
Yeah, but basically, imagine a Zelda game in the Studio Ghibli also
a mobile game.
Fun?
But a mobile game.
Yeah, but it's coming to everything. Play it on your Xbox or Switch, not on mobile. Yeah, I like the look of that. There's been a lot of decent coverage on it, obviously on the Nintendo side, because there's Zelda-ness of it. But yeah, it looks pretty good.
And obviously the big one you both missed on the 13th of August, Paw Patrol the movie Adventure City Calls.
Yeah.
Looks like a Paw Patrol game. It's going to be some good achievements. I'm sure there'll be a good Ray Narvaez Jr. stream for that. I could take the piss out of more developers, I'll be honest. There's a game here that's a short game about depression that is Peggy 3 and is £2. But I ain't going to talk about that, because that'll just upset more indie devs, won't it? And we're going to go for Dave's pick of the month here. There's a game called Cardaclysm. It's a card game, and I kind of like the pun of the name. So that's £10 on Xbox. I presume you're all going to buy that.
No.
It's by Head Up, Chris, who are German. So if you get me a code for that, I'll review it. There you go.
What was it called?
It was called Cardaclysm: Shards of the Fall.
Okay.
You get to work on that, big dog, and we'll get a review on the go.
Chris does speak fluent German, to be fair. Not many people know that.
Das ist toll. Anyway, so thank you for that, Craig. Really informative. I know, even though you were really piss poor with your planning there, you're going to have to really work on that to get all of these big games.
Like, how did you miss Road 96?
Not even any of Pengels is rubbish. I mean, how do you miss the Madden MVP edition so early on? But no one's perfect. So, I suppose it goes without saying the one game of all of that we're all looking forward to is Psychonauts, right? So,
yeah.
I can't see me cracking out Black Book, to be honest with you. And although I can see Craig playing Paw Patrol the movie Adventure City Calls, he'll probably won't play that till September, you Craig. So that'll be a backlog game for you. Yeah. But yeah, it's the calm before the storm, isn't it, really? That's all joking aside in it. August. I think September is when it starts to heat up.
Oh, yeah, September.
By October, it's really the end of the world for all of the wallets plus Game Pass. So, great.
Yeah, that's the thing with the August like this. The only game I've actually got pre-ordered is No More Heroes, and all the rest are like, oh, it could, I Am Dead could be on Game Pass. It's Hades Game Pass. 12 minutes stuff. So it's a lot of Game Pass stuff, and then there is, those indies mixed in, but they could go either way. There'll be ones I'm waiting for a review. Will they be? Haven Park could be a new short hike, and it'd be an 88 and download, or it could be a 56 because it's a bad imitation of a short hike. But
I'm sure it will be equally as pretentious either way. So on that bombshell, boys and girls, thank you for another week of hilarity. There probably won't be a break next week. I'm pretty sure we're all available. So Chris has got lots of stuff. He will be timed every week now going forward because I just think that works to keep him in check. I may not be as hungover / drunk as I am right now, though, so I do apologise if you've enjoyed this episode of me being an absolute prick. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.